Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome. Welcome to this month's angel that we are going to appreciate and be activated to the energy of. I just want to change this to speaker view. There we go. And, and we have beautiful Andrea that's showing up on my screen. So let me change this to, there we go. All right. So Raziel, I love this angel. And what I want to do first is just connect in with all the angelic realm and ask that our four angels of the directions surround us as we go into this meeting and this activation. So we're going to call on Archangel Raphael from the east, Archangel Michael from the south, Archangel Gabriel from the west, and Archangel Uriel from the north, and ask that these angels help each one of us to be open to hearing the words from Raziel, help us get activated to that energy of this amazing angel. And I'll be presenting some information about Raziel, and then we're going to meditate with his energy. And when I say his, again, every time I have to stress this, angels don't have a gender. They're neither male nor female, but how they show up and appear to us can be either in a masculine form or feminine form. So for me, Raziel has always come in as a strong masculine type of energy, a very beloved, fun-loving energy. So I'm going to get right to it here, and I'm going to do the presentation that I have made up with Raziel to share with you all his information. Let me see if I can get it going right. I think I did this last time where it worked the way I wanted it to work. Where did it go? Bear with me. Everything's so little on here, I can't see. We go. Yay. So we are in October, and amazing, right? We've got 2 more angels to do this year, and then we'll have completed the whole year of learning about angels and how we can better work with them. So angel appreciation and activation for October, we're going to connect with Archangel Raziel. We were just laughing a little bit the before we turned on the broadcast online, that for me, sometimes when I hear like the slang or somebody's being razzed or we razz someone, it brings up that energy of Raziel, like lighthearted. Sometimes it's a hard time, right? But in a loving way. So that'll be an easy way. I'm listening. Okay, hearing. Okay, there we go. Um, So it'll be an easy way for you to remember this angel's name. Just remember if somebody's being razzed, which is short for harassed, right? But in a loving way. That sometimes that's his energy. He bugs us or gets our attention in a way that makes us really pay attention. All right, so we're going to introduce this angel. If you haven't worked with Raziel before, you're in for a treat because I love the energy of lightheartedness, of laughter, of just wanting to be in with him because he's so much fun. If you've ever been like in a group of people that are positive and energetic and uplifting, that's what it's like to work with him. So who is this angel? His name means the keeper of God's secret or the angel of mysteries. And it's not that he tries to be mysterious, but, sometimes we have to dig, like Ruth and I do a meditation that we call meditation excavation. So sometimes when we allow, we can uncover things that maybe were mysterious to us before. So he's that angel that will help us get in there and dig for the information and bring it forth. His aspects. He is the angel of divine mysteries, as I said, of esoteric wisdom. He's very, very wise. Sacred truths. So he helps us when we are seeking what's truth, what we can be confident in as we learn and have our experiences. He helps us to uncover that connection that tells us and gives us the confirmation that something is true. His energy comes in as rainbow light. And you're going to see as we go along, he just loves being seen. And don't we always pay attention when there's a rainbow? It's like this big surprise in the sky, this beautiful message. And I always look at a rainbow as a promise. So when we're working with Raziel and we see the rainbows and see the energy of the rainbow, it's a promise that he's working with us and helping us to uncover what needs to be uncovered. So yeah, he brings enlightenment, he brings clarity. So he works very well with Archangel Gabriel to bring that clarity forth for us to have more understanding. Now, his number is interesting. When I was focusing in, and I even asked him, are you sure that's your number? Because we've been so used to saying, oh, the number's 4 or 44 or 222. Nope, it's 717. And this number is a reminder that all you seek starts from within. So he does help us to uncover the fact that we have all this knowledge inside of ourselves. Everything that we need, we have. It's just a matter of uncovering it. So it's a sign from Raziel to trust your inner knowing and awaken the buried insights. Now that number, we always like to break numbers down into a single number. I think our Michelle Landers has really helped us to understand that. So 717 breaks down to 15, which then breaks down to a single digit of 6. 6 is the energy of creation. So on the 6th dimension is where we can think things and envision them, and then all of a sudden they're in physical form. So it's a great manifesting energy to work with. Raziel will help us to reach that energy where we can bring forth that which we want to experience in the world. The gemstones that you can use to connect more fully with him, a clear quartz. And clear quartz is amazing. It has a lot of connecting energy and clearing energy. So many of the angels, if you just hold that and call in whichever one you want to work with, holding a clear quartz helps to bring that forth more powerfully. A sapphire. I love the energy of sapphire, and Raziel loves it too. He like dances with sapphire light. Black tourmaline and labradorite, another one of my favorite stones. I've always been drawn to that stone. And these are chosen for their ability to amplify our intuition, expand our consciousness, and promote more understanding of the universal secrets. Now, when you're working with the gemstones, I love to hold them in my hand and feel the energy radiating from them. But I've also put them under my pillow at night if I want to bring in something, like if I'm wanting to have more understanding during my downtime, my sleep time, I might put it under my pillow. And then before I go to sleep, set the intention that I'm going to connect more fully with the spirit realm, and especially with the angel that's going to bring more insight to me. So you might want to think about that, or you can place it on your body also. Any of these gemstones, if you place them on the energy centers, which are chakras, then that helps to increase that connection with the chakras. Okay, where am I at? The colors. Raziel likes to be seen, so he's not limited to one color. He has the whole spectrum of the rainbow, and sometimes all of those colors coming together as a rainbow does, and showing all of it. But especially the yellow. Many times when Raziel shows up, there's like this yellow gold aura that I see that's around him. And kind of like if you've seen the depiction of Jesus and some of the high vibrating ascended masters, they have that gold aura that looks like a crown above their head. And I see that with Raziel. I see it in the bright yellow of the rainbow. The symbols, a yellow aura, deeper shades of blue. So sometimes, remember we've talked in the past with these teachings about seeing a flash of light and just paying attention and saying, oh, what was that? Or what angel came in to visit, to be with me? So many times when you see the deeper shades of blue, that's Raziel showing up and making sure that you know it's him. A lot of times you'll see an image that someone has done with Raziel where he has a scroll, and the scroll is depicting that he has all of these secrets, all of these mysteries of the universe, all this information that he can just bring forth to us, and he knows how to disseminate that information. Again, Raziel doesn't like to be limited. So his elements are all of it: the earth, the water, the air, the fire. So he brings it all in, and which is really interesting, working with all the colors of the rainbow and then all of those elements together. And when you think about a rainbow, what happens when a rainbow appears? You've got water, right? And you've got sunlight. So you've got the heat and the color spectrum that's going to show up in this beautiful array of colors. So yeah, he's like, don't limit me. This is what I do. This is what I work with, and it's all of it. It's all of the elements. The direction that's most associated with Raziel is the east. East is the beginnings, and he likes to really be front and center. So he shows up if you focus on positioning yourself to meditate in the East or to just be in that energy of the East and the beginnings, you're going to connect more readily with him. Now, I've been teaching about the tree of life, the Kabbalah, and where these angels fall on that. And he is in what's called the Hakma. And I've got a little bit of information on that this time. We've had several of our angels that are on that position on the tree of life. So Hakma is a Hebrew word that means wisdom, and encompasses skill, shrewdness, insight, moral discernment, and prudence. And in the Jewish Kabbalah, the Hakma is the second of the Sephirot, which are the divine attributes on the tree of life. So when he's coming from that energy with us, working with our etheric body, it's to help us to see our potential. And that's what Raziel likes to do. He likes to help us see that there's more than just this physical body, and he helps us to reach that understanding of what that's all about. So I've got a lot of information here. I'm not going to read through all of it, but it all has to do with creation, with wisdom, with learning the skills You know, we all have the same ability to learn and to grow, and especially our intuitive skills, our clairs, and he will help with that. All we have to do is ask, you know, to be attuned more to our abilities for understanding and to have more wisdom. And that's what he helps to bring forth. And that's why he's the keeper of those secrets and of all of the wisdom that he can help us with. So I will share this information out on Enlightened World Network. I will share this page that I have up on the screen so you can read through it more fully about what it means to work with this angel that's part of the tree of life and helping us through this human experience that we're in. But the whole gist of it is he helps to uncover and dig in there and see our best potential, what can be the best that happens to us as we go through these experiences. So, who is Archangel Raziel? Very wise, very strong. He helps unlock the hidden truths. So, if you're on the fence about something, maybe you've heard different things about a teaching, different things that people have said, you can just step away and pause and ask Raziel to help unlock what is true and what's true for you. How does it feel inside of you? He helps to awaken our intuitive gifts. He brings clarity to our dreams, our visions, and our synchronicities. So many times we miss those synchronicities. We miss the fact that there's something being shown to us, a sign. And many times I'll ask, is that my sign? Is that something you're showing me that's confirmation of what I'm supposed to be doing or that I'm supposed to have an understanding about? And he supports us when we go into a deeper meditation. And when I meditate with Raziel, it's almost always a very deep meditation. And I think the secret to that is him keeping it light. He keeps us with a light energy of laughter. Have you ever noticed when you laugh, especially a deep belly laugh, or that just where you just don't think about it, you just laugh? And what happens is your whole body is able to relax. And that's what happens before you can go into meditation. He just brings in that ability to have fun with it. The angels say we take things so seriously, right? And we try to figure it out and analyze it. Raziel's like, hey, just lighten up, just laugh. And then we'll go into a deeper state where we can understand things more fully. He gives us insight on our soul contracts. So if you're working with your past lives that you have experienced, ask Raziel to help you to see what you've agreed to in those past lives. There may have been some vows that you've taken or something that is still affecting you in this lifetime that you're in. He teaches sacred wisdom and universal truth. Absolutely helps us to understand more fully what that's all about. He helps release our limiting beliefs. And remember, I said, Raziel said, don't limit me. Don't put me in a box, right? I'm not just one of those elements, I'm all of those elements. So he helps us when we have a thought that we're limited, that we can't do something, or that we don't have the same skills or the same abilities that other people have. He helps us to realize that we're all equal, that no one is higher than or lesser than. He really helps us to get out of that box and to start thinking outside of those limiting beliefs. He's the one that can bring us downloads to the cosmic secrets. If you want to know something, ask. Just ask. In my downtime, like when I'm really relaxed enough to receive, then help me to understand it. Help me to get the download that I need to understand it more fully. He helps us to become more clear channels. Anybody can channel. Anybody can tune in to those messages that come through from the angels, from your spirit guides, from the Creator, and just allow it to come through you. He heals past traumas. And I think that's very interesting because Kuan Yin has always taught me that the way to heal is through love and lightening our energy. And that's exactly what Raziel brings to the table. He helps us to relax enough to accept the healing. He dissolves our old vows. Maybe in this lifetime, unknowingly, we've committed to being limited. We've committed to playing small, to not being all that we're fully here to be. So allow him to help get out of that mold and break free and then experience all that we're here to experience in whatever way that looks like. He is linked to alchemy and manifesting, which is interesting because I never thought of Raziel with manifesting until I really started working with him more fully. So this next month, as we work with this energy, if there are things that you have out there as a dream, something you want to experience more fully, just ask, how do we bring this to form? And remember, his number is 6, which is creation, and he'll help you to get into that energy of the 6th dimension where things come to form. So those are some of the attributes and the things that Raziel helps with. So what are the signs that he's nearby? A yellow light and a dark blue light, also a deep blue light. Those are ones that he normally will show up as. And he shared with Ruth and I this morning in our meditation time that there are sparkles of light that come through, and we both experienced that and saw that. And these are angelic helpers, divine helpers, as he called them. So he helps them to be wherever they need to be to help us humans here on earth. So if you see sparkles of light, and you can call it in as well. You can ask to have that sparkle show up for you. Now, I've experienced angels my whole life, and I usually always see them as like a glimmering, glittery type of light, but it shifts and changes with whatever angel comes in. And with Raziel, it's like the whole spectrum of the light colors that come through with that. Rainbows. Whenever you see a rainbow, just say thank you. Thank you, Raziel, for bringing my attention to the rainbow. And to know that he is the one that is helping you to understand something or receiving a promise. That's what I think. When I see those rainbows, it's a promise that he's right there and everything is working perfectly in the divine plan. The physical sensations, laughter. He loves laughter, and he loves to make us laugh. And when Ruth, I'm going to tell a story here. When Ruth first encountered Raziel, he showed up to her in a top hat with the sparkly gems, and then I saw him like dancing around. So he loves to bring that energy, and it helps us so much to relax into it and to respond in a beautiful, relaxed way that we can understand things more fully. The synchronicities with Raziel, aha moments. If all of a sudden there's a flash and something makes sense, if like the puzzle piece all of a sudden looks big and is really jumping off of the table at you, and it's like, I go here, I fit right here, and things start falling in line then, and you understand things more fully. Those are the aha moments that Raziel can bring forth. intuitive insights. He awakens that higher understanding so that we can have more enlightenment about our life purpose, the things that we're here for, what's going on in the world around us, and what's going on with our life purpose. That's the biggie that he helps us with. So those are some of the signs that you might be seeing, Raziel. Maybe you didn't know it, and he's been there all along, but you didn't know that it was him. The beautiful thing about angels is we don't have to know their names, but once we know who we're talking to and some of their attributes and some of the things that we can see with our physical eyes, it really does make it more clear that, oh, they've been there all along. They've been helping us through all of our earth experiences. How can we connect in more fully with Raziel daily? Because we're going to be working with him for this coming month. Pray and meditate with Raziel. We don't pray to an angel, and I always try to make that very clear. Angels were created by God. So we don't pray to them. We pray to have the angels show up or to come. Like if we need healing, we pray for Raphael. If we need protection, we pray for Michael to come to us. So we're not praying to an angel, but we're praying for their presence and invoking their energy to come to us. Meditating with Raziel is fun, so try that in this coming month. Try setting that intention that you're going to go into a meditation for however long, a couple of minutes, half an hour, whatever is comfortable for you, and see what comes through. See what wisdom he can impart and what secrets he can reveal. You can use the crystals that we talked about, especially the quartz or the sapphire. Those are really good ones to connect in with him. And visualize. See the yellow light. Call it in to you. We all know what sunlight looks like when the sun is so bright and radiant. So just close your eyes and see that. See the sun shining with your eyes closed. And you can call in Raziel that way. All right. See what else I got for you. So we're going to activate to his energy with a meditation. And Raziel is the one that showed me what he wanted to have happen in that meditation. So stick with us, because after the meditation and the activation to his energy, there's going to be time for you to make a comment, to see if there was something that wasn't as clear as you wanted it to be. And we'll take a few minutes to hear anything from you, what your experience was, or any questions you have about Raziel. So we're going to be aligned to his rainbow light energy. So I'd like for everyone at this point to find a place where you can get comfortable, a place where hopefully you won't be disturbed as you sit for a few minutes. It won't be a long meditation, but long enough for him to bring his activation to each one of us that are present here right now or listening to this on the replay. And just allow your body to relax. Get ready and prepared and set the intention that you are going to experience this angel. You're going to have that personal one-on-one interaction with Raziel. So I'd like for you to take a deep breath in. Just fill your lungs completely. This is our connection. Anytime that you're getting ready to go into a meditation or ask a question of the angels, it's best to let the breath connect in. Just let your body relax. If you can close your eyes, that gets rid of all distractions. And take those breaths in slowly and deeply, and then release them back out just the same. Inhale peace with your next breath. And gently hold that energy of peace in your heart. letting go of any tension in your body. And as you do this deep breathing, just feel your body, feel your heart becoming lighter and lighter, because that's the energy of Raziel. It's a lightness that happens. And let's call Raziel in. Archangel Raziel, you are the angel of divine secrets. You're the angel of the rainbow light. We invite you to be present with us. We invoke your energy to help illuminate our minds, expand our hearts, and reveal the wisdom. And thank you. Thank you, Raziel, for showing up for us tonight, for guiding this meditation, for guiding the whole presentation that you wanted us to know about you. And as Raziel comes in, just envision the most beautiful rainbow. Maybe you've seen one that's so vibrant. All the colors are just perfect in their deepness. Visualize this rainbow. See the arc of it up above you against a blue sky. See the shimmering colors, those sparkles, the divine sparkles that happen with each color as it flows through that rainbow, with every color possible. Now envision that you can step into the rainbow. Let's just walk into that rainbow and feel the sparkly energy, feel the colors as they wash over you. And we're going to go to each one. So feel the grounding in the red. Feel the safety, the security, the knowingness that you're okay. You're in a safe place. You're surrounded by angels, and you're guided as Raziel holds our hand as we walk through the rainbow. We walk now into the orange. Raziel is all about creativity. So as you stand with the orange energy, see orange sparkles all around you. Maybe they're sticking to you. Maybe they're in your hair or on your clothes, or maybe they're in between your toes. Just watch as the orange shows up in this bright, radiant color to help increase your creativity. Okay, he's bringing us now into the yellow. So follow along as we go into the yellow energy. And here in this color, it is so bright, so brilliant. You can barely even look at it. It's like looking at the sun in the morning time. And the yellow is bringing in wisdom, divine wisdom. So just see what happens as you stand under that yellow. Is it speaking to you? Is it helping you open up to your own inner wisdom? And now we're moving on. We're going to the green in the rainbow, opening your heart to love. Green is the energy of our heart chakra. And so many times we just close up that heart. We've been hurt or we've experienced something that wasn't pleasant. Raziel's inviting us to have more green, to have more love. That feels so good. So watch that green as it sparkles. And what I'm envisioning is like a morning field of grass and the dew that's on that grass, how the sun hits it and it just sparkles and comes alive. So we lingered here a little bit in the heart area because that's where we need to start, is in our heart. But Raziel says, come on, let's go into the blue. And this is a deep blue. Raziel loves deep, vibrant colors. So the blue is aligning your voice with truth. And as he helps to uncover the divine truths, divine wisdom, you'll be able to use your authentic voice more to help you to speak what you want to say. If you want to say yes, he'll help you to bring that forth. Maybe you'll be a little wobbly when you first do it, but he'll help you to really speak up and be seen and be heard. Now he's taking us to the indigo color, deepening our intuition, deepening those clairs that we all have that maybe you haven't worked with yet. Or maybe you just need them tweaked a little bit, and Raziel can certainly help bring that out for us. And then the last color on the rainbow that we're going to is the violet color, connecting you to the divine. So just sit with that for a moment. Sit and receive Raziel's wisdom as we've made our way through the rainbow. And let's bring Raziel front and center where he loves to be. Envision that he is standing before you, this amazing angel, robed in that sparkling rainbow light, every color of the rainbow showing up with this angel. He brings something to you, so hold out your hand, and he's going to give you a prism of light that reflects all of these beautiful rainbow colors. This prism is a gift, and it's sacred truths that are meant for you to have and to hold. And as you receive this into your hand, ask, what do you wish me to know at this time? What am I supposed to learn from this experience, Raziel? What are you showing me? And help me to understand it more fully. And after you ask the question, just listen. See if there are any images, any words, any feelings that come up. And trust that Raziel is there, helping you and guiding the energy right to where it needs to be, if it's your heart, your gut, your thoughts. Just know that he is planting that wisdom inside of you. So we're just going to take a moment to feel, to experience, to be with Raziel. Now breathe in, and Raziel wants to activate that prism. So he wants you to place the prism over your heart. Just bring it from your hand, place it over your heart center, and feel it merging into your being, becoming a part of you and your eternal soul light. And Raziel is activating that energy right now as he whispers to you, the mysteries of the universe live within you. Remember. The mysteries of the universe live within you. Remember. Feel that rainbow energy going all through your body, touching every bit of your being, going deep into your soul. Just allow. Take as long as you need. And then when you're ready, just give gratitude. Thank you, Raziel, for this experience. Thank you to the Creator for creating such a beautiful angel for us to work with, for us to learn from, for us to be guided by. Thank you for this experience that we've had together tonight. May each of us take those images, those words, this activation as we move forward in our lives and know that in any given moment, we can invoke this angel again to help us with whatever is needed. If we need wisdom, if we need laughter, whatever is needed in our lives, we can bring that forth with just the invocation for him to show up. Okay, so come back to where we are here with your breath. Just bring yourself into the room. And this is the part where if you want to share anything, there's no have to, but if you would like to share, if you experienced that energy from Raziel, and I would love for Dr. Ruth Anderson, who has joined us, to share the sparkly lights that Raziel brought your attention to, if you have those. We did a meditation together this morning, and Raziel reminded her that that was something that was there with her, that she's able to look at and be reminded about Raziel.
So this is my jar of little sparkly lights. I think they're not called seeded lights, but they should be called seeded lights because they look like little seeds. But I made this I guess it was whenever we moved into this house a year ago, because my office was kind of dark and I needed to feel like there were fireflies or something in my life. So I created this, and then a couple months later, I moved my office and I kept it on the shelf, but I had no need to turn it on. But yesterday, a friend of mine was telling me about a loved one who was in rehab and was kind of trying to decide if she was transitioning or if she was actually going to decide to stay here a while. And when I closed my eyes and looked at her energy, I saw sparkly little white lights in her rehab room, and very much like this, but not all clumped together in one place. And I told my friend that that's what I saw. And she said, "What do you think those are?" And I heard sparkly divine helpers. And I said, "Are they helpers or healers?" And they said, "Helpers." Okay, fine. So sparkly divine helpers. And I saw them in her room. And then today I received a text from my friend saying she's back. Like she's with us. She's decided she's staying. And I just have to believe that these sparkly divine helpers had something to do with that. And so I've got this lovely little jar of them here. But then today in meditation, Teri and I were seeing with Raphael with Raziel, that we could request for sparkly divine helpers to be sent out. And it was cute because he sent them out like a cannon shot, cannonball to folks that we would love to share that energy with. And we saw that very much happening. So yeah, sparkly divine. And I'd never seen that before in all of this time. And I was told that they are angelic. It's angelic energy. And it's interesting because it's not chaotic energy, it's purposeful energy. But every little pop of light is energy. I mean, I could feel it with each one. There was a purpose. So it's just so fun to get to experience that. I'm thrilled. So thank you to Raziel for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And were you able to feel his energy more present tonight?
Yeah, it was. And it was interesting because he took me back to when I was writing my second and third books, which was weird because they had me writing two of them at once. Um, but I remember I got so much information. We were staying at a rental home on Nantucket Island. That's Maddie, sorry. And I stop. And I would wake up really early in the morning and I would go upstairs to this little loft room, and nobody went up there. That was like my office. And every morning I would go up there and I would just wait because I knew there were going to be downloads. I could just feel the angelic presence. And he reminded me in this meditation here tonight when they gave me the title for one of the books, and it was Listening to Light. And I pondered it and pondered it, but they made the rainbow colors so real that I could hear them. And so it was just that tie-in to that time. It was beautiful.
That is beautiful. Yeah, he's so amazing at the things that he'll bring to mind. And there's many times it's like all of a sudden I'll think of somebody and I'm like, I hadn't thought about that person in maybe decades, but all of a sudden there's that energy, and then there's a reason, a purpose for them all of a sudden to be brought to mind. So yeah, these are the secrets, the mysteries that he helps to uncover. And I love that he shared that with you about your book. Beautiful. Thank
And
you for sharing.
yeah, he said, I am with you now and always have been. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, I can look back on times and see that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Maddie, come here. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for sharing with us. And let's see if there's anybody else that would like to share. Anybody that wants to unmute. You don't even have to be on camera. If you just want to unmute and share your experience, we would love to hear if Raziel spoke to you tonight, or if you want to type it in the chat. Sometimes people are shy about talking. And I know Sue had to leave us. She usually checks on the online comments. I don't have it up on my phone, so I will go through those though. And if anybody is talking online, I'll make sure I respond to you. And we have our Andrea. Hi, darling.
Hi. I was thinking by the time I typed it all out, we'd be into tomorrow. But I had a really warm, wonderful feeling with this download or whatever. Thank you, Dr. Ruth Anderson. It was lovely to hear that story. And I too saw the sparkling lights. So prior to the story, um, uh, I also the before the prism happened, I was seeing the rainbow colors in the prism doing all kinds of neat things. So when you said prism, I was like, hi, I'm seeing something. Yay, my brain is not, off making the grocery list. So I just wanted to
Oh,
share that it was a beautiful, lovely experience. And thank you so much, Terry, for all the information and all that you do. So thanks again.
thank you, sweetie. I've always been drawn to those crystals that when the sun hits them, they make all the swirls of color in the room. I've always loved those. And I didn't know why. I mean, to me, it's just fun. But now it just makes more sense that Raziel has found so many ways to reach us and to show us his presence. I love that. And I see that our Gracie has unmuted. Grace?
Good evening, Terry. Good evening, Dr. Ruth, and everybody who's on the on this show. Thank you so much for this space. Thank you for the introduction to Archangel Raziel. It is wonderful energy, and it's so funny. I'm just going to share a quick anecdote. I was walking on the street and I saw these playing cards, and I picked one up, and I turned them over, and one was a joker. And as we were going into meditation, I kept hearing, after he introduced himself, I kept hearing, yeah, I'm the joker. I love to laugh. So that was one. And with me, I was given a spoon, a wooden spoon that, you could cradle, and in it was white, a little mountain of gold color. So as we were going into the rainbow, and before I had seen the rainbow coming right into my heart, it seemed as though it was emanating from me and out. But then you guided us, and when Raziel was holding my right hand, and I had this spoon in my left hand. So, and I was like, okay, what is this spoon? But I was told today in the bus, I saw the sunset. And he said, that's my yellow. You'll see me every day you look at the sunset, that yellow. And then when we went into the rainbows, for the yellow, for the orange, I had oranges swirling around me. And I'm like, is this how I'm going to see this color? Okay. And then one burst. And he did the same with the lemons for yellow. And he did the same with limes for green. And then for the lavender, the violet, we were in a field. There are those fields when you go out into the countryside that are filled with lavender. It was wonderful. And my prism was I was holding it in my right hand because I had my spoon in my left hand. And when you said, now you're going to take it to your heart, mine started melting. So it had this kind of liquid white it looked like it was silver, but it was clear. And I put it into my heart, and that's how mine melted. And it was wonderful. And he told me, just listen for me, Grace. You need to spend time with me. I'm like, okie dokie. So I'm so happy, and thank you for this experience.
What a great experience. I love this. Love, love, love it. And I can't wait to read the comments for those who are watching online and see what kind of things you experienced as well. And, it's an individual thing, what we experience when we go into the meditation. So I'm very delighted that you all are sharing what you got and what you received. And what a blessing to do these. And so grateful to Ruth and for this platform of Enlightened World Network where we can bring things like this and meditations. So thank you, everyone. We have, like I said, 2 more angels, 2 more months. And Lynn says, thank you. You're so welcome, Lynn. Thank you for being with us on Zoom. So next month, the second Wednesday of the month, tune in and let's see what great experience we can have with our next angel. Until then, work with Raziel. As you heard in the presentation, he loves to be front and center. He's not going to be limited. So when things show up for you, just smile at him and say thank you. Thank you, Raziel, for all that you've brought. And I just want to thank our Creator. Thank you to the Divine for being present with us. And we'll see you next time. Thank you and many, many blessings to all. And bye for now.